Hey there, Cappies. It's Keaghan. I hope you guys are doing okay. If you are returning and you've watched my videos before, welcome back. It's good to see you. If you're new here, welcome. I feel like I should just start off by saying it's going to be okay. Uh, I tapped into your energy and you guys are my last reading for October. I've been doing these when I felt the need to just sit down and focus on a specific sign, and I've been getting lots of great feedback from the videos. So I feel like just tuning in and doing them whenever they happen during the month is a good way to go. You guys are the last sign, and I wish that we were meeting on some brighter terms. I will probably come up with a title for this video that makes it pretty clear. And maybe something will turn around during the reading. Maybe this will go differently than what I'm expecting it to. When I was sitting down to tune in and just shuffling the decks before sitting down to record, Cappies, I got this sense of you really having this pull towards someone, having this connection with someone, and really wanting to step forward and really wanting to explore with this person. But the other person's energy to me feels very free spirited, very impulsive, very adventurous. It feels like, I'm just going to reference this sign off the top of my head. It feels very much Sagittarian to me in terms of its energy. And Cappies, for you guys, you want to know that it's okay to step forward. You want to know that it's okay to get a little bit more serious, and you prefer to take your time a little bit. And I feel like this other energy is like, if you don't know whether this is right or wrong, then it's wrong. And for them, that is how it is for them. Sorry, there's a car going by. That's what it's like for them. They follow their gut, they follow their own intuition very religiously, consistently. And they want you to do the same. I have to tell you, I feel like you didn't. It feels like this person came in and they were like, look, I know I care about you. I know that I want to be with you. I don't need any more time to pass, but you have to make up your mind. You have to either say yes, you have to either commit to this, or I'm going to go, because I can't be in this limbo anymore. I can't be in limbo with you. We're either going to be together or we're not. And you have to make up your mind. And I feel like you couldn't force yourself in that moment to just say, okay, and to deal with that unknown and to just dive without having any sort of justification for it other than just like your feelings. But I think after doing that, I think this person has started to pull away. And Cappy, I got such this feeling of just someone looking out after someone who's walking away and just being like, no, don't give up on me yet. Don't give up on me yet. And that was really heavy energy just to find myself in. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit at the beginning of the video just to, I guess, process through that energy hitting me, but also to feel like maybe I could get a little bit of energy connected for the people who are going to sit down to read this. So I'm ready to get into the cards. I'm going to switch you guys over to that view. I'm just going to take this deck and mix the cards up a little bit. Like I said, I did spend some time shuffling before actually sitting down to film, but I just want to mix them up a little bit now that I know for sure who is here watching the video. I'm gonna be turning some of these just to get the cards reversed that need to be. Okay, I'm gonna give this 2 shuffles and a cut, and then we'll get started for Capricorn October 2019. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to pull from the bottom of the deck for overall energy. And then I'm going to do 4 cards here And then we will start walking through these and working our way through this spread. So for overall energy here, we have the Knight of Wands coming out reversed. You have the Knight of Pentacles, which is also reversed. That's with the Nine of Wands reversed. The Devil coming out reversed. Lots of reversals. Okay. That's a weird card to get to, but we're going to clarify our way through it, I think. Because, Capricorn, let's talk about this. Like, where to even start. This overall energy, honestly, Capricorns, what I feel here is I actually feel like the overall energy is the energy of the other person. It is that very hasty, scattered energy. There's some frustration here. It feels pressured. And I think this is that energy of the person coming in and saying, look, you have to make up your mind. You have to choose right now, yes or no. And this card just feels like you were so unable to say what you really wanted to say. It's like you felt stuck in the moment because it didn't feel like things were like you didn't have enough information. You didn't have what you felt you needed to be able to say yes or no. You didn't feel like you could make a decision, and you tried to get this person to understand that you couldn't do that. I feel very much like you were defending yourself. You were very defensive and trying to it was a struggle for you to try to express yourself and to like I'm even having a hard time getting my words to come out here, and it's feeling very much like the energy of this where there was a struggle just to explain how overwhelming it was to have this pressure put on you. And yeah, it just left you in a place of feeling like you couldn't do anything because you didn't want to say no, I don't want to be with you, because you didn't feel like you had enough answers to have that be the truth. And you also didn't want to say, yes, I want to be with you, because again, you didn't feel like you had enough answers to be able to commit to that. I feel like there's a lot of stuff here, Cappies. I have to tell you, the Devil here, this is the card that represents your sign. It's come out reversed here. I think in a way this does represent that vibe of detachment. I'm just going to say, because here you have the Four of Wands, which for me is a very solid foundation, something that brings you a lot of happiness. But this Devil sitting on top of this right now, because I feel like you were detached from this other person as a consequence of not being able to just sort of jump and run off with them and engage, in the level of commitment they wanted you to. But additionally, with this Devil reversed here, Capricorn, you're being called forth to really unpack a lot of heavy stuff from your past and things that get in your way, things that limit you, things that you have historically been a little bit stuck in terms of your own thinking about yourself, patterns of how you think about yourself, what you believe you're worthy of or capable of. You're having to rethink those things and address those things and confront those things, because I feel honestly, Capricorns, that this person is someone that you really deeply care for. And there's someone that you actually really enjoy what they bring into your life, because I do feel like they are someone who is much more adventurous than you, much more spontaneous than you, much more free spirited, much more adventurous, right? Like, but you love that about this person. But as a result of that person being that way, they bring a certain amount of pressure with them. And that triggers a lot of fears for you. Being forced to make a decision without having the ability to really weigh it all out. And that is so against how this other person is. But you really do love and appreciate and cherish that about them. It's actually kind of beautiful as a story. The energy of it still feels very sad and feels very stressful. you have this Nine of Wands here, um, that's reversed, and it just feels like this is this ever gonna come to an end? This overwhelming feeling. It's what I was saying about feeling like having to defend yourself and explain yourself. Yeah. Three of Pentacles coming out reversed, wanting to be on your own. Five of Pentacles underneath that, being left abandoned, left out in the cold. Again, Cappies, I just feel like this person did, they said either commit or I'm going to go, and I feel like they went. And that's left you in a place of feeling very withdrawn and not wanting to connect, not wanting to reach out to people. You do have an Ace of Cups here with Temperance underneath. Again, I feel, Cappies, this relationship, I feel like this Ace of Cups it's how you view this person. I think you view them as being your Ace of Cups. But the only way of having that with this person is to embody this temperance vibe. I do feel like maybe I mentioned Sagittarius earlier. I'm not sure if I did, but if I didn't, I just, temperance coming out here. I just feel like I need to mention that this is Sagittarius, so you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Yeah, Cappies, it's like, that this person, whoever this person is, that they're the one. And you hate that they have walked away. It's left you in a place of just really just not wanting to have any sort of connections with anyone, of just being really fully on your own, and sitting in that pain. The way of healing that pain is to deal with this underlying stuff, to deal with the darker aspects of this connection. I do just want to point out, at the base of this pain, it's showing that there is something solid here, and very often those types of relationships, which are very intense and bring up a lot of our pain and a lot of the things that we struggle with, they have to have a pretty solid foundation in order for us to be willing to work through these things, to try to make them work, in order to get to this situation, to find that balance. Okay. That's what this is basically saying, is Capricorns, for you, this connection with this person is enough to get you to the point of finding balance around this devil in reverse energy, in hopes of having this foundation and the stability with this other person. Okay. I just want to see what comes out. Oh, that one flew out. Yeah. You have the Six of Swords here. It's reversed. This is about unfinished business, resisting something closing out. Again, that's what I'm saying. Literally what I was just explaining. What's at the root of this? What's at the base of this? What's underlying it? Verify. Six of Swords in reverse, Capricorn. This deck feels like it's getting tired. I have my Mystic Monday deck. I'm just going to shuffle it a couple of times here. A lot of times when the decks do that, there might be cards that are already down that want to come out again, just to emphasize their importance or to show that they are also related to something. Shuffle one more time. I'm just trying to determine which way this deck wants to be. It wants to be this way. I'm going to pull from the bottom, I think, of this deck. I'm actually hearing just to pull and put it up here. So I think this might be marking like a new type of energy or a new focal point. So this is the card. Yeah, we have the Two of Pentacles here. It did come out upright. I feel like this is a situation where it's connected to this temperance. I think what I'm getting from this honestly is you think about the situation from one perspective, Cappies, and you feel very much like you know what you need to do. You need to try again with this person. And then you start thinking about it from a different perspective. I think more when you get like you think about this first. This is what it is. You think about this connection and how stable it can feel and how good it feels and how happy it feels and um like how much like this person feels like a home to you. You when you're thinking about them from that perspective, then this is like I know what I need to do. I need to fight for this. But then you start dealing with this stuff, which is the darker stuff that was brought to the surface based on this connection. And once you start thinking about that, it flips and you're like, no, I don't need to be in this person. And that's when you're more in this energy of being withdrawn and focusing on the pain that you felt before. It knocks you out of this Four of Wands, Ace of Cups, Temperance vibe. Okay. I think what gets in your way is this Six of Swords reversed because you can't just admit, for some reason, Capricorns, you can't admit that you're not done with this. There's unfinished business here, that you're actively not letting this close out. That's what I was saying. It's like you actually do know what you want, but it's you're just stuck right now because you don't want to deal with this heavier stuff. Okay. I'm going to shuffle this one more time. Okay. So here's what's underneath that. You have the Four of Wands again. Okay. Underneath all of this, there's stability with this person. Yes, you are not wanting to let this go because you know what's there. Okay. This literally is this card just from the other deck. Okay. See what else is here. You have Justice. Underneath that, you have the Emperor, which has come out reversed. So Capricorn, I feel like for some of you, you're very angry at this person. You're very angry at this person because they couldn't just wait. They couldn't just give you the time that you needed. They couldn't just not put pressure on you. But here's what I have to say to that, okay? This person, finding balance with this person, finding a place in which you are truly embracing them, where you're being fair to them, you are allowing them to be true to who they are. Okay? In order for that person to be that way, they have to be in that free spirited, impulsive, somewhat reckless type of vibe. Okay? You can't say to them, change how you are and love me. Because if you're honest with yourself, again, it's like what I'm saying, like when you think about this person, you love the fact that they're impulsive. You love the fact that they're a free spirit. You love the fact that they make impulsive and decisions on a whim. And that's part of what you find really attractive and endearing about them. But it also freaks you out. And you're angry at them because they said, either do this with me or I'm going to leave. And it's almost like you knew they were telling you the truth, but you couldn't move forward. And then when they walked away, you got angry. And you have to process this anger towards them because they would have stayed if you had said stay. But you didn't say anything. I feel like you didn't say anything because you felt like I don't have enough to say either way. I can't tell you yes, I can't tell you no. But you have this Four of Wands coming out twice here. And for me, this just represents something that has stability to it. There's a foundation there. There is something that can exist. You have the Ace of Cups coming out as well here, which represents a love and something that does have the potential for something new. It could even be that this relationship itself was relatively new, that it actually progressed really, really quickly. So within a period of a month or a period of, less than 2 months, this person is saying, okay, are we going to do this? Are we in a relationship or are we not? Or let's move in together. Or like there was a big movement from one person, and Capricorn, you were like, wait a minute, I can't decide that. I can't make up my mind about that yet. Like it's not enough time has passed. Okay, Capricorns, I'm gonna shuffle, and then I'm gonna make a cut. Whatever card's at the top of my cut is gonna be your last card here. Here we go. You have the Knight of Pentacles coming out reversed, which is here. It's the card I said represented you at the beginning. It's that feeling of being stuck because you don't have, it's not perfect, it's not the right time yet. That's what I keep hearing. It's not the right time yet. But I'm stuck because I don't know what to do about this, because now this person has walked away and I don't know how to get them back, because I still don't feel like I can make a decision yet. Cappies, this is a tough situation, because I do feel like you risk losing this person, because you have to keep in mind as well, like they're looking at you and trying to decide if you are the right match for them. And when they see that, how them just being themselves, just them being how they are, causes you so much conflict and so much fear and so much paranoia, and so it gets you so in your mind, that it makes it hard for them to imagine having this with you, because they feel like they would have to totally change who they are in order to be with you. And it's a weird situation, because I do feel like you love how they are, but it just makes you so uncomfortable, and it pushes you so much to move faster than you are actually currently comfortable moving. And for right or wrong, from their side, they're saying, I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change how I am, because I don't feel like I should, because this is how I want to live my life. I want to live my life being impulsive and being a little bit reckless and not following the rules and going out and having adventures and taking big risks. That's how I want my life to feel. And I think you love that about this person, but you also, it's the thing that makes you the most angry and the most uneasy with them. And it's ultimately the thing that made this break happen. And it's left you, again, like in this Two of Pentacles, not really being able to decide what you want to do, because you miss this person, and then you get really angry at them because they left, and then you feel totally responsible for what happened, and then it feels like it's totally on them, and it just, your energy just feels like it's very like it's all because of this Devil reverse. It's all this energy, but it's like you're going back and forth between this, like literally how this Two of Pentacles, it's like this anger and this not wanting to be involved and feeling left out in the cold, and feeling that this person is the one, and that if you can just figure out how to balance it, it's the perfect relationship. Knowing that this Four of Wands, this foundation is here, having that awareness of it, it's like there's so much going on here that's just about how uncomfortable are you willing to make yourself in order to be with this person. Like, I might title it that, because yeah, I think you find them fascinating, but you have to keep in mind they are not going to change who they are and how they are. They don't want to. They would not enjoy a life that is not a bit spontaneous, a life, that doesn't feel like they're getting to live their life the way they want to as the person that they are. This person is not willing to make any sort of compromises to who they are as a person, or their level of freedom and independence. I get that very strongly from them. And so for you, you have to decide whether you can deal with that or not, whether you can deal with the opposite of being stuck, of not really even knowing what's coming around the corner, and not being able to ever really have all the answers that you think you need before you just make a decision. Because this person is more make the decision and deal with it as you're going, whereas your vibe is more try to figure this out and eliminate as many of the potential pitfalls first, and then start going into it, but still go in cautiously. Like those energies are total opposites. And it's interesting because I, would typically advise in this sort of situation, like, this is such a weird match. This is such a weird energy. But I do feel like this other person also, you have this Four of Wands, you have this Four of Wands. I see that as like a mirroring here. This person also feels that you're a grounding type of energy for them. And I do think in some areas they would be willing to compromise with you, but they're not going to compromise on who they are or how they live their life. And they don't want you to necessarily have to change. But they do want you to at least acknowledge this connection. Because for them, they're like, if you aren't even willing to jump when it's good, I don't know that I can trust you to stay when things are bad. That's where they're coming from. That's part of that, like, impulsive energy that they have. They make snap decisions about things. But for them, at their core, at their heart, it feels like solid, factual to them. Cappies, I have one other deck here. I'm just going to shuffle it really quickly. I want to see if we can get maybe just a few other cards. If anything wants to come out, I'll go through once just for advice. And then I have my Oracle deck that I can also use. Just see if anything wants to come out. Shuffle one more time here. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords. So for some of you, I do just want to point out that it is possible. It's very possible here, Cappies. And again, because like that Two of Pentacles with the Three of Swords, I just have to say, this has a lot of potential for pain. And for some of you, that can be the pain and the grief and the hurt that's associated of not being able to necessarily get this person back if you don't make some action pretty quickly. For others of you, I just feel like, even though this is not the Three of Cups, what I feel here is that there is the potential of pain because this person is the type of person that they pull people in. People are drawn to them. People are interested in them. And I just sense from this card that there might be someone who has their eye on that other person, that more free-spirited energy. And so it's basically like the pain and the hurt could come from, it feels like it comes from losing this person. I'll just put it that way. And I don't currently feel like you have lost them, but I think there's a lot of potential for that. This isn't something you can drag your feet about, basically. Okay, so let's go through. I'll just go through one time, see if anything else wants to come out. I don't know how many cards that is. I might just take the card that's showing if it's a huge clump of cards. Yeah, this is a big stack of cards, so I'm just going to take this. You have the Five of Wands reversed. This is about avoiding conflict, being at odds with yourself, even internally, needing to release some of the tension that's been built up in a situation. Again, that requires this Knight of Pentacles, that vibe changing a little bit, finding balance and temperance, avoiding getting into this hurt, isolating energy and staying more in this, if that's what you ultimately want, is to pursue something with this person. All right, Cappies, I'm going to switch to the Oracle deck, and then we'll wrap this up. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you're still with me, absolutely leave me comments. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know, what jumped out, what resonated for you guys. This is an interesting reading. It has felt a little bit heavy, but I don't feel like it's bad. I actually just feel like, if you could be a little bit brave and just trust this person, realize like, look, this is how they live their life, and they've lived this life this way for a while, and they're actually doing pretty well, and they seem happy, because I do sense that from them. Yeah, I mean, maybe they just bring some adventure into your life. So we had those two flip, and then this one, we'll take all three, because I feel like you guys have earned it with this reading. I'm going to start with this one. I choose to learn through love. Know that whatever is happening for you right now, Capricorns, this is something that you have requested into your life to allow you to learn lessons about love and connection. Through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. Also coming out, the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. So love, connection with love, learning through love, prayer, meditation, help you find peace. Again, I think all these are beautiful messages to you. I'm not going to go super in depth with these because the messages themselves are what matter. But Cappies, I do just want to say hello again and goodbye to you guys. This does wrap up your October reading, and so you'll be seeing me again in November. I do have a couple of other videos planned that are just going to be basically non-sign specific. So those videos will be coming out in case you just want to hang out with me on more videos. But for October, that wraps things up. And I feel like you guys are in a bit of a, it's a tough spot. It's an emotional spot. It feels pretty heavy. And I think that it's going to take some time to process through it. But I just want to encourage you, if you can push yourself at all, to be a little bit braver or to take a risk with this person. I do feel like there's potential there. This is a general reading. Things can be reversed. Energies can be a little bit weird. Maybe the whole reading didn't resonate with you, but big parts of it did. Just take those, let those things sit with you, leave the rest behind for whoever they were supposed to be with. If you want to explore any of this more deeply, I am doing personal readings. I'm a little bit backed up. I had a couple of videos this month that just got lots of views and had lots of requests coming from them. But you can send me an email, KeaghanTarot@gmail.com. I can let you know about dates for readings if you want to explore things a little bit more deeply. And if not, I'll put some videos up here for you just in case you want to watch something else of mine, hang out with me a little bit more, get some more answers or insights. Capricorn, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being so amazing and so wonderful. Thank you for letting me do your readings. Check out these videos, and I'll see you guys soon.